The Dragons Are Keys, Part 2. I thought it over and I found more to my theory about the dragon souls being keys. If you have not watched Part 1, Part 2 won't make any sense, so please just watch that if you want to. And before you throw my theory away, I do realize this is just a theory for fun, but I do back up all my ideas with evidence, so just give me a chance to explain. At the Temple of Mythal, there is an elluvian that can only be unlocked with the power of the Well of Sorrows. That is Mythal's elluvian, and the well is her key. Only great sources of power can be a key for specific elluvians. I think each god had an elluvian which had a very specific key for it.
Not all the mirrors lead back to our world.
In the story of how Fen'Harel locked the gods away, he tricked them all into going into the heavens. And that is how Fen'Harel tricked them. Our gods saw him as a brother, and they trusted him when he said that they must keep to the heavens while he arranged a truce. They trusted Fen'Harel, and they were all of them betrayed, and Fen'Harel sealed them away so they could never again walk among the people. I think the heavens that is being referred to are behind the elluvians that the gods had, which locked them in an in-between place like where Morgan takes you with her elluvian.
If they'd only back to our world, then...
Places between, like this one. I can describe it no better.
Once the elven gods were behind the elluvians, Fen'Harel stole each god's equivalent to the Well of Sorrows and locked the elluvians. This made it so the gods could not open them from the inside because Morgan says,
Some of the elluvians have been left unlocked, like doors accidentally left ajar. All others are closed. They can be opened only from beyond.
Opened how?
With a key.
Fen'Harel took those keys of immense power and turned them into souls, and placed them in high dragons, things that would be extremely hard to kill in order to regain the keys. Now, because the souls made from the keys were so powerful, this made the dragons become sentient and godlike in power. He then locked them deep in the earth to slumber. And thus the Maker turned away from the world, but not before trapping the gods in eternal prisons beneath the earth as punishment. I have another more recent example of how placing a soul or great amount of power in a high dragon can change it. The dragon gods were changed in the same way Corypheus' archdemon was changed. Corypheus put a part of his corrupted soul inside of a normal high dragon and made it an archdemon. I think a dragon can be transformed into what the dragon gods were in the same way. Additionally, this codex entry theorized that the dragon gods could have just been highly evolved high dragons that could speak. Scholars assume that the old gods must indeed have been real at one point, but most agree they were likely actual dragons, ancient high dragons of a magnitude not known today, and impressive enough to frighten ancient peoples into worshipping them. And to go back to my other theory that they were already locked away and speaking to the diviners through dreams of some sort. Regardless of the truth, legend maintains that even from their underground prisons, the old gods were able to whisper into the minds of men. So the Blight had been a long game to kill these dragon god key holders. 7 dragons for 7 keys for each elven god trapped behind an elluvian. The keys that have been released by the Blight and Grey Warden so far still need to be found by someone in their free and pure form in order to still open the elluvians. But they are no longer imprisoned. The last 2 are still deep underground within the last 2 living dragons. Solus still had his key inside his orb, but was unable to open the power of his orb since he was too weak. Mythal's key was in her Well of Sorrows. Neither of those keys were turned into souls to be put into dragons. So, now whoever drank from the well has Mythal's key, and the Inquisitor has the only remaining part of Solus's key now that his orb is broken. One last point. Since Mythal can control whoever took the Well of Sorrows, and that is the key to her elluvian, one can infer that whoever has the key to a certain god's elluvian is also controlled by that god, which is why Solus locked the dragons away in the first place, and why Dumont manipulated the Magisters to start the Blight to release him, and his key soul thing. Thanks for watching. This is just a theory for fun, so let's just have fun with it. We don't need to get angry about it. Bye!